Good evening, friends. Welcome to the PANSIGHT webinar. Today's topic, MRST for success. Purpose of this talk, to share the recipe for success and happiness from real life stories. I want to put emphasis on that two words, real life stories. Nearly 80% of the contents from today's talk, they are not coming from any books. They are based on real life, authentic stories. I'm not a theoretician. My webinars are always based on FEQ, facts, experience, and quotes. My dear friends, there are nearly 20 quotes in today's presentation. I reviewed more than 200 quotations to prepare this talk. And out of 200 quotations, or more than 200 quotations, I selected some 20 quotes. Success is a four-legged stool. I have used that analogy. A stool which has got four legs. What are those four legs? Mindset, resources, skills, and time. My dear friends, if one leg is missing, or if one leg is short, that four-leg stool, can you use it? If you cannot use it, put N in the chat box. If one leg is short, all the three legs are strong, long enough, but one leg is missing or short, useless. The same way, these four factors, if one is missing, once again, let us take a look at those four factors. Mindset. Do you think a person with a negative mindset will be successful in life? There are plenty of people who negative mindset, pessimism. Oh, that's not possible. That is impossible. They wouldn't even try. With that kind of a mindset, thank you, Ramendra. With that kind of mindset, forget about success. Never, never, never such people will be successful. That is what is happening. Many people, they don't realize the real culprit is their own mindset. What about the second one? Resources. Knowledge is a resource. And many people, they don't have the knowledge about many things. Very superficial. But they want to be very successful. Knowledge, very deep and very broad. Again, my own personal story, real life story. I have already hosted more than 200 webinars, in the past 4 years on more than 100 different topics. I didn't learn this from the medical school. This is not part of medicine. And you know that whenever I share or give a talk, you get new information. When you are getting new information, That new information also I got while preparing. Lot of time invested for gaining new knowledge. That's a resource. If I don't have that new knowledge, do you think that I would have been able to give so many talks? Impossible. So that resource. There's one example. And what is the third leg? Skills. Even if I have the knowledge, if I don't have the ability to communicate well, the language skills, do you think that I'll be successful? Who will come to watch my video or webinar? Nobody. And many people, they lack skills. Be honest. Be honest. I'm going to ask you a question. You must have had the opportunity to listen to so many teachers. Forget about the school, college level. So many, easily some 20 to 30 teachers. Come here, professors. Tell me, roughly what percent of the teachers they had good teaching skills? 10%, 20%, 50%, or 100%? Put a number in the chat box. Roughly 10%. Thank you, Sanil Kumar. What about others? Okay, Roy Cherian, 5%. Others, don't be quiet. We have time. Be fast. 5%, 20%. Okay. So the fact is, they have the knowledge. They come to teach botany, come to teach zoology, come to teach mathematics or English. They have the knowledge, but they don't have the that teaching skill. So that's your point. So yeah, 10%, Taraji. And such people, they won't become very successful. Yeah, government job is guaranteed. Salary is guaranteed. And in Kerala, there's an expression, no kuli. These people, no kuli vankinnaran. Most of these teachers are no kuli karan. That is one of the reasons why the children subsequently they go for private tuition. Why the hell should they go for a private tuition? So, skill. And many doctors also, their communication skills are terrible. And you ask the layperson, 10 patients, ask them, what do you think about the doctor? Did the doctor explain everything so that you could understand? More than 80% of them say, no. Doctors use all this medical jargon. Patients won't be able to understand. And I'm going to give a real example. It's funny. At that time, I was a house surgeon. And one patient I'm talking about 1975, some 50-year-old guy, he was admitted in the general ward because of heart failure. And his bystander was his mother, who had not gone to any school. This guy, he himself, education, most probably some primary school dropout. And my teacher, when she came for the rounds, the night duty, the house surgeon, the other house surgeon, he told her, oh, yesterday night, they removed the backrest. And so he went into pulmonary edema, and the night duty house surgeon had to give Lasix aminophylline. Backrest is something you put behind the back so that the patient won't lie down flat. Patients with a heart failure, if they lie down flat, then they may develop fluid collection inside the lungs and they develop breathing problems in the night. So they removed the backrest. So we went into pulmonary edema. And my teacher, she called the bystander, that 78-year-old lady. I'm going to do a little bit of mimicry. Backrest matter ketta. backrest മാറ്റിയ pulmonary edema വരും കേട്ടാ. So the bystander nodded the head. Did she understand? No. And the next day, very same thing happened. So the next day also, the household said that, madam, yesterday also the patient went into pulmonary edema because they removed the backrest. Madam got angry. She stared at the bystander. ഞാൻ ഇന്നലെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് backrest ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ pulmonary edema വരുന്നു. രാത്രി pulmonary edema വന്നില്ലേ? And the bystander said that, ആരും വന്നില്ല. ആരും വന്നില്ല. Communication failure. Yes, poor skill. Are you convinced? Is that example convincing? Put C in the chat box. Are you convinced? Yes, thank you. This happened. This happening, then happened. Now also these days also it's happening. So poor communication skills, that is the third leg. Then next one. Time. Time is a resource. You need that much time for certain activities. If you don't have the time, you are not going to do it well. For pregnancy again, you need, if you want a baby, 9 months. You must be prepared for that 9 months. If you have to travel here, there, if you have some job assignments, you cannot be there, then no. Time is a resource. So I am repeating the same thing, 4 success factors: right mindset, right resources, right skills, right timing. What is mindset? A set of beliefs, opinions, and attitude that will determine how you will interpret and respond to situations or opportunities. Beliefs. For example, if you believe, oh, superstitious belief, a black cat crossing the road, then what will happen? Oh, no, I won't do this task. Yes. Bad omen. I'm not going to do this work. That belief itself will stand in the way. Opinion, prejudice. Okay, what is this caste? That's why all this caste again. People are after this caste so that you can divide people. They will be biased. They won't see the other person as another human being. The caste base, through that lens, that will create conflicts, no cooperation, no success. Then attitude again. Negative attitude. Hostile attitude. Stand in the way. Success. Is it clear? If it is clear, put in the C in the chat box. Because we don't have that much time. I'm not going to the details, but at the same time, I'm giving you the absolutely essential example. Thank you, Pacharanji. Thank you. Some people don't have, successful people don't have fewer problems than unsuccessful people. They just have a different mindset in dealing with them. With a very successful speaker, motivational speaker, don't think that Adani, do you think that Adani doesn't have any problems? Adani has a lot of problems he has to face now, even from the indictment from USA. So many problems. Ambani, so many problems. Modi, so many problems. It's not that they don't have these ones, but their mindset. It is the mindset, that positive mindset, optimistic mindset. Yeah, I can overcome this one. Yes. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. That is what that quote means. That is what that quote means. Yes. Thank you, Sanat Kumarji and Devendraji. That is what. In my own personal life, lot of problems I had to face, especially after coming to USA. Lot of problems, challenges in the work environment. Harassment, discrimination, retaliation. My mindset, because of that mindset, yes, I can, I will fight. That is my mindset, attitude. Attitude, no, I'm not going to be passive. I'm not going to put up with this one nonsense. I will fight. That optimism. And I fought and I won 5 legal cases. So that is it. So mindset is very plays a big role. Mind is never a problem. Mindset is Narendra Modi. A man was not born with a silver spoon, chai wala's son, formal education till the 10th grade. After a lapse of some 10 or 12 years later, he got some bachelor's degree and master's degree through correspondence course. Look at that, his mindset. Yes, I can. I will. No inferiority feelings. Going and meeting people in different countries. And he is able to speak English, whereas plenty of people back home in Trivandrum, an English language professor who happens to be the minister, pathetic. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. And people criticize, mock, hey, look at his English. Hey, he is, with this education, he is able to. And he was able to. He talks with Trump or he talks with Obama. No problem. So that is mindset. Modi's strength is positive mindset. Yes. Article 370 revoke? Yes. We can do it. The Ayodhya temple? Yes. Yes. That mindset. That is Musharraf. Remember that mindset cannot be changed through force or coercion. No idea can ever be forcibly thrust upon anyone. What is required? I'm going to show the next slide. Minds are like parachutes. They only function when they are open. Open-minded people, they are curious. They are inquisitive. They are ready to absorb new information, new knowledge. They welcome that one. People with closed mind, no. Nothing. I'm a person with an open mind. Very open-minded. Whatever I have learned, my strength itself is open-minded. I do change my mindset. If my mindset has to be changed, I have no problem in changing the mindset. Human beings can alter their lives by altering the attitudes of mind. Then resource. Knowledge, money, people, and other assets required for accomplishing a goal. Knowledge, obvious. You need the knowledge. Okay, my own personal life experience. When I decided to go abroad, 1992, I was assistant professor, medical college service. I was 40 years old. Remember, 40 years old. There was no pressure, no compulsion. But I wanted to go abroad, get MRST qualification from UK, an American Board of Internal Medicine from USA. Obviously, just take the NEET, you have to pass many challenging examinations. It's not easy. Challenging examinations. Then final examination also, very challenging. Knowledge, the resource. I had the knowledge that gave me the confidence. That gave me the confidence. And that skill, communication skill. For examination, I passed 7 examinations after the age of 40. Within 1 year, in the first attempt with a high scores. Is it because I am a genius? No. There's nothing to do with intelligence, skill, ability. That is what I passed. And the second resource, knowledge. So I invested time, money, energy in boosting my knowledge. Then comes the second one, money. Go to UK, USA, examination pay, a lot of money for the exam fee, travel, stay in UK. I didn't have that much of money. So that resource. But my father was rich. So I asked him to support me. Without any hesitation, he gave me the money. So that resource, if I didn't get the money, forget about it. I would not have been able to materialize my dreams. So that is the resource. So time, people, who? My father, he supported me. And when I went to London 1 month before the examination, I didn't have a lot of money. So I contacted one of my former students who was in London. And I sent him a letter at that time, not by phone call or anything. I sent him a letter. Hey, could you please find an inexpensive accommodation? That means cheap accommodation for 1 month. He found a 1 bedroom, just a 1 bedroom in a house, apartment, in an apartment. That was near his house where he was staying. What did he do further? He and his wife, they didn't let me eat from outside. They insisted that I must eat food from their apartment. So 3 times a day for 1 month, they provided me food. I'm eternally grateful to them. So that is what people, I told you, that resource matters a lot. So time, the money, knowledge, money, people. Are you convinced? Would see in the chat box, because this is not theory stuff. These are things happened in my life. These are all things happen in my life. How? Why did that student help me? Because when I was a faculty member, I was rated as one of the best teachers. And I never showed any ego. I loved my students. That is why they also wanted to help me. It matters. Resources, time, knowledge, money, people. No resources, no success. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. My investment, my time, energy, money to acquire knowledge. My dear friends, for your information, I have a personal collection of more than 1,200 non-fiction books in my personal library. 1,200 non-fiction books collected over a period of some 25 or 30 years. I invested, acquired a lot of new information, knowledge. A shortcut. Do you want me to share the shortcut to enhance your knowledge and wisdom? If you want me to share the shortcut, put yes in the chat box. Shortcut. Okay, Dadaji, yes. Okay, Pradeep, that shortcut is very simple. But when it is simple, easy, people won't do it. When it is easy and simple, people won't want. They want very complicated, that one, and so that they can come with an excuse. അതിന് സമയമില്ല കേട്ടോ, അത് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട്. പക്ഷേ it is simple and easy. Just to read 5 quotations every day. 5 quotations. How much time did you have to spend for reading those quotations? I showed you some 3 quotations. Each quotation, not more than 10 seconds. So 5 quotations, 50 seconds. But that's not enough. Then you have to spend at least 1 minute to just reflect upon or that quotation in real life, because that best investment. That Benjamin Franklin, that quotation, knowledge, investment in knowledge, best dividends. Mind should be like a parachute. Then you have to think about it. Yeah, open mind, then what happens? With open mind is more receptive, closed mind, no. 1 minute, 5 quotations. It hardly takes 6 minutes a day. If people say, I don't have 6 minutes, you go for pooping, right? You go to the toilet. If you don't have any constipation, I'm sure that you'll be in the toilet at least for 5 or 10 minutes. At that time, with the mobile phone, smartphone, look for 5 quotations. So multitasking. You pass your shit and you learn something more. 5 quotations in 1 year. You are looking at more than 1,500 quotes. Each quote is packed with wisdom, knowledge and wisdom. Do you agree? Put A in the chat box. A in the chat box, because I must have read more than nearly 200,000 quotations, and I have a personal collection of now more than 50,000 quotations. For this talk itself, I must have reviewed more than 200 quotations. Knowledge and wisdom, quotes and proverbs. Is it simple and easy? If it is simple and easy, put SE. Simple and easy, put SC. That is a secret. I have shared the secret. Okay, thank you. Anybody can do. Everybody can do. Poor people have big TVs. Rich people have big libraries. Jim Ron, the power is in your hands. Do you agree? Big TVs. Jayalalitha, my personal collection, more than 1,200 books. Jayalalitha, a 10th grader, when she passed away, in her personal library, more than 7,000 books. Books on biographies, autobiographies, history, management, philosophy. My TV here. That is my TV. 32 inches. Just 32 inches. Not a big 60-inch screen. This is more than enough. And almost every day I watch a movie. Every day. I enjoy. It's an illusion. Oh, bigger the TV screen, there will be more fun. No, it's more than enough. As a rule, he or she who has most information will have the greatest success in life. Benjamin Disraeli, but he didn't know at that time that now there are hundreds of newspapers, magazines, and channels. 80% of them, they don't give information. They give misinformation and disinformation. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. You are not getting information. You are getting fake news, disinformation. So the point is you have to be very careful. You have to use critical thinking skills to, before just blindly believing whatever. Long time back, I think it was Harry Truman. He said that newspaper is nothing but printed lies. Newspaper is nothing but printed lies. But people immediately believe, oh, it is in that newspaper. It must be true. The New York Times, Washington Post, BBC channel, lies, lies, lies. So be careful. Without facts, you cannot have the truth. He is a Nobel Prize winner. She is a Nobel Prize winner. I like facts and data because they help me think clearly. Roseanne Barr. Again, I'm a person who always try to make sure whatever information I get is factual. In the WhatsApp, again, when I get something, I simply don't forward. I check, say, okay, this This is a fake one. But my friends, many of them, they don't. They immediately get that one. Yeah, forward to 20 people. That one gets forwarded. It becomes a spiral, viral, everything. Check the authenticity. Once a newspaper touches a story, the facts are lost forever, even to the protagonist. Again, I'm going to share one experience. 1982, when I was doing the casualty duty in Trivandrum Medical College, a boy was brought in the night, and he felt that something hit his foot. He didn't see anything. He didn't see anything. So I saw a single pinprick wound. Single pinprick wound. Okay, in the night it happened. Obviously, first suspicion whether it could be a snake bite. I examined the boy and I documented everything. There are no signs of envenomation. I documented that also. And I kept him in the observation, and my duty was over. I went, and subsequently certain things happened after my duty that is very difficult to explain. But in the next day in the newspaper, one newspaper, the boy didn't see anything. Nobody saw. But that journalist, he saw a 6 feet long snake. His vision, 6 feet long. Another newspaper, a snake with the eggs. So, newspaper, that is the day when I realized, okay, newspaper. Before that, I used to blindly believe the printed lies. Then I realized from my own personal experience, no. They make it more sensational. These days, they make it sensational. Provoke the feelings, emotions. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. Am I right? These are all I told you in the beginning. I will be sharing real life stories. Nothing. Okay, thank you, Roy Kavianji. Okay, thank you, Krishnajan. The news used to be to report facts and allow you to make the decision. The journalist, newspaper report facts, but that is not what is happening. Now they are not reporting the facts, they are giving their opinions, their own opinions, depending upon the political affiliation, their religious affiliation. Everything is discolored. Editorials, don't believe what you read in the editorial. That editor's own opinion. Skill, the ability to do something well. Most important skill, my dear friends, a politician, communication skill. A lawyer, communication skill. Doctor, communication skill. Teacher, communication skill. Communication skill again, verbal and non-verbal communication skill. Both are required. Most important is non-verbal communication skill. We don't get any training in schools or colleges, body language. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. Okay, right now, how many gestures I'm showing? How often do you see a speaker using the gestures, facial expression? They sit still. Yeah, communication skill is very important. The non-verbal communication skill, verbal communication skill. We don't get any training in communication skill in the schools. This is how they speak, just like a robot. And I developed this one by reading many books and by observing people. My own son, he has joined the session now, and he will share his own personal experience, how I helped him develop his communication skills, verbal and non-verbal. And he is very successful. Okay, Suraj, I request you to join and share your experience. Please unmute. Yeah, that is my son, Suraj. He is right now staying with me. And he studied from 8th grade till MBA in India. He graduated from Symbiosis Pune. He didn't get admission on the basis of NRI quota. He didn't. I told him, okay, merit basis. And okay, share your experience.
Yes, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, as a kid, my vocabulary was very weak. English vocabulary was very weak. I couldn't construct very good sentences or use a range of words to describe or express myself very well. but my father, he worked very hard with me. Every day, he and we learned 5 new words, 5 new English words, and I had to make sentences with those words. And then every month, he would give me a test wherein 10 questions, 10 words, I had to give the meaning and the sentence with that word. And I had to score 7 or 8 out of 10 to pass that test. Gradually, through this exercise, I was able to build my vocabulary, and as a result, my English skills improved, and this helped me to write poems in high school. Yes, when I was in Trivandrum International School, I was able to write poems which got published in the school newsletter. I was able to participate in debates and public speaking events, one of which I won a debate prize at Sainik School in 12th grade. And apart from improving my vocabulary, my father used to take me with him to his workshops and seminars in Trivandrum as well. And he would always make me his co-faculty. Yes, co-faculty, wherein I would be given an opportunity of 2 to 3 minutes to speak on the topic that he was presenting to his audience. And initially, I had a lot of stage fright. I was like, no, 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 Abba, no, no, no. I don't think I can do it. I don't want to do it. But no, he encouraged me. He made sure that I got up in front of the audiences, and gradually that built my confidence as well to overcome my fear and shyness in public speaking. And I have to give him a lot of credit for both of these things, building my vocabulary and giving me the confidence to speak in front of audiences. And one interesting thing I would like to share is I learned from my father that body language or certain gestures have different meanings in different countries. Like if I show this gesture, you all can see on your screen, this gesture in the US or in India would mean excellent, great. But did you know that the same gesture in a country like France means you are a 0? Yes, it's an insult, it's not a compliment. So if you meet a French person and they show you this, don't be like, I feel good. They're not appreciating you. The same gesture in Japan means money. Like in India, we do this, or in the US, they do this. This means money. So again, beware. Or in Africa, this gesture is obscene. It's a highly insulting, rude gesture, probably equivalent to the middle finger, you could say, that people show in the US or in Europe. So yeah, I learned a lot of body language tips and tricks, and that ensures that I'm able to present myself accordingly with different audiences appropriately. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Suresh, for sharing your own personal experience and parenting. Again, I have given few talks in the past. Don't expect the children to become smart by going simply to school. The parents have the responsibility to empower them, guide them. That is what I did, and you have seen the proof. Okay, it works. Every parent can do it. Especially most of you have got already college education. It is not at all difficult. So skill is the ability to do something well. Time, the point or period, duration when something occurs. Time is the scarcest resource, and unless it is managed, nothing else can be managed. Peter Drucker, management guru, time management. I'm really good at it. At work, in the hospital, in the primary care clinic, there are 14 doctors, including me. Identical workload. Start time, 8 a.m. End time, 4:30. Not even one day I was late by even 1 second for work. Whereas many doctors, they would come 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. Not even one day. I stayed there beyond 4:30. I was able to finish my workload efficiency. Whereas other doctors, including some guys from India, they would stay there till 5:30 or 6:30 or 7:30. And sometimes they used to come on weekends also to complete their work. Time management. Everybody can. I have given a couple of talks on the YouTube. They are available. BC syndrome. Watch that one. Learn that one. There are useful tips. Success. Again, success. What is success? It's different for each person. The achievement of a desired goal or outcome. To explain it, if a teenager, she wants to, on her own, she wants to become a doctor. And she prepares. And for the NEET examination, if she passes in the first attempt with the high score, that is success. The guy wants to go to the IIT, JEE, again, first attempt. And civil service examination, they pass, success. Or a politician, he wants to become an MLA, yeah, contests, and yes, wins, success. Wants to become a minister, again, if he is able to accomplish, that is success. A scientist, if he wants to get recognition, and he gets Nobel Prize, Albert Einstein, and many other Nobel laureates, success. For a beggar also, if he wants to get 100 rupees by the end of the day, and if he's able to get 100 rupees by begging, he feels successful. Am I right? If I am right, put R in the chat box. Don't think that success is always, it has to be a big goal. Even a beggar for his target again, that is success. Okay. And falling in love with another girl or a boy, and if yes, she also says yes, or he also says yes, and that relationship ends in marriage, that is success. Risk-averse mindset is enough to survive. Risk-tolerant mindset is required to thrive. Risk-averse. People, you must have heard some people saying, that is risky. Yeah. They avoid anything. For me also, people ask me, hey, you are 40 years old and you are planning to take those examinations and you spend a lot of money, nearly 1 or 2 lakhs. That is a high risk. If I was a risk-averse person, I would not have gone. I would not have accomplished what I have accomplished. Do you agree? Put A in the chat box. A in the chat box. Risk-averse. Many people are risk-averse. They are afraid of taking risks. So that is what I mean by risk-tolerant. The change mindset. The important key to success is self-confidence. An important key to self-confidence is preparation. Preparation. My son has got immense self-confidence. That is over a period of time, he developed that confidence, communication skill. He goes for an interview, and that symbiosis, that interview also, when he went, at the time I was in India, and he called me, but he felt a bit nervous. He BA economics, his qualification. There are plenty of guys with a BTech engineering and with the experience working in 2 to 3 years work for Infosys, Tata. My son, he didn't have any work experience, straight from the college and BA economics. So when the interview, and then he felt nervous, he called me. I don't think that I will be able to get through. Suddenly he became nervous. I said that, no, you can. They know that you don't have work experience. They know you don't have BTech. So they have called you also for interview. That means BTech is not necessary. Work experience is not necessary. Go there and do your best. Yes. And you got that shot. You're selected. Preparation, self-confidence. That is very important. The successful man will profit from his mistakes and try again in a different way. Because I don't have a lot of time, I'm not going to get into the details. Every time you fail, stop blaming. That is what is happening, others. You have to learn the lessons. Where did I go wrong? What should I have done differently? For example, again, political thing. In the parliament election, before that, BJP, that slogan, Abki Bar 400 Par, we are going to get 400. They were having 300 seats, they are going to go 400, 400, we are going to get 400. What happened, the outcome? Not 400, not even 303, not even 273, 240, they lost 60 seats. Did they sit and simply blame? No, they studied, where did they go wrong? Because during that election campaign, one of the main reasons, the relationship with the RSS got strained. So the RSS volunteers, they didn't actively participate in the campaigning. They learned that lesson. They did it differently in Haryana. In Maharashtra, yes, RSS workers, that the difference was patched up. They worked aggressively, and we know the outcome. Nobody thought that in Haryana, BJP will win. Single party majority. In Maharashtra, this majority, single party, biggest victory. Are you convinced? You are convinced, put C. That is where the Modi and leadership, they changed. They learned the lessons from that experience. They approached it differently. Instead of sitting and blaming, people blame EVM. They don't do address. Blaming they win, their EVM is all right. They lose, then it is EVM. You are not going to accomplish this success. Do you agree? If you agree, put A. You have seen, this is a real life example I'm giving you. Real life example. Approach it differently. That's not what they are doing. If you really want to do something, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. If you really want, yes, you will find a way. If it is a want, yes. If it is a wish, I wish. People with a wish, they want. They will find an excuse. Oh, time illa. Oh, my father is sick. My mother is sick. Oh, I have to do this one. Wishful thinking. That's what is called wishful thinking. Many people, they have wish. They don't have that serious want. I have that want. Who said? Jim Rohn. Work smarter, not harder. I know I don't work harder. I work smarter. APJ Abdul Kalam. Don't read success stories. You'll only get a message. Read failure stories. You'll get some ideas to get success. Do you want me to explain that one? If you want me to explain, put E in the chat box. I will explain briefly. Learn from the failure stories. So everybody wants me to explain? Okay, Roy Cherianji, yes. I passed the MRCP examination in the first attempt. Very difficult examination. Most challenging exam was the MRCP examination. What did I do? While I was preparing for that one, some other MRCP examination in my hospital, some 3 or 4 guys who go there, one guy passes, and the other 3, they fail. I used to go and meet those guys who failed the examination. And I asked them, why did they fail? Where did they go wrong? And then they would say, oh, this is what I didn't do this way, that one, they expected. And I put the stethoscope without warming up. It was cold, and the patient jerked. Yes. Another person said, okay, I opened the shirt and auscultated, then I didn't button it up. Okay, I learned these things from those who failed. So when I went for the examination, when they asked me to auscultate the heart, I rubbed my hands, then I put the stethoscope in between, make it warm. And the same way, shirt also unbuttoned, then I put the buttons back. Got it? That is what APJ Abdul Kalam says. Is it clear? If it is clear, put C. This is one example only. There are numerous examples I'm sharing. For want of time, I'm sharing only few. Okay, thank you. Learn from the failures of others. You can be young without money, but you cannot be old without it. Old age, most important resource you want to enjoy a happy, peaceful life. Money, money, money. Make sure that you have earned enough and saved enough so that in the old age, your life will be peaceful. That's not what many people do. They give away their wealth to their children, thinking that they will take care of them. That is the stupidest thing to do. Agreed? If you agree, put the A in the chat box. Never do that one. I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took any excuse. Florence Nightingale. Excuse maker. I find people always making excuse. What is excuse? Common excuse? Busy. They don't return the calls. They don't return the WhatsApp messages. And subsequently, when I meet them in some social occasion, hey, I send you 3 or 4 messages. You never. Oh, I was busy. I'm busy. It's an excuse. Back home in Trivandrum, one of the very popular and successful cardiologist, Dr. Bahulen, when I call him 90% of the time, yes, he picks up answers. WhatsApp message also. He never comes with us as busy. And a couple of other people also, including my neighbor, retired professor, engineering college, 90% of the time. I have never heard him using the word busy. The moment a person says busy and 3 times busy, that means this guy is busy at doing nothing. Do you agree? If you put agree, put in the A in the chat box. Busy, busy, busy. Busy at doing nothing. Thank you, my dear friends. Success depends on making right decisions. Right decisions depend on right information, authentic information. Get the facts, right knowledge, and the right timing. Upcoming talks. Cognitive overload. Do you know what it means? If you don't know, put N in the chat box. I'll briefly explain what that cognitive overload means. Cognitive overload. No. That is what children are suffering from. Children are suffering from cognitive overload, dumping too much of information. The parents also expect their children to be, oh, Sagalagala Vallaban, Sagalagala Vallabi. There is too much of overload for the brain. They burn out. Not only children, even adults also. Social media, WhatsApp, okay. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Too much of information bombarding from different directions. Cognitive overload. That's what I'm going to talk about next week. Then, Satyamev Jayade. Truth will prevail. Do you believe truth will always prevail? If you don't believe, put no in the chat box. Do you think that truth will always prevail? If you don't believe, put no in the chat box, my dear friends. Krishna Arjunan, no. Roy Chiranji, no. Bhavamari, no. That is a talk I'm going to give on Monday, not on my platform, for an American college, Madurai, 5 p.m. I will share the link. Satyameva Jayade. Very interesting. I upload all my videos YouTube. And last week on the YouTube channel dashboard, I found this. I didn't ask them to put anything like this. They put that on new achievement. That means I have crossed a new milestone. 3,000 hours of watch time. You have found your groove and people are loving the video you are creating. Keep it up. Yes. How did that happen? How did that happen? Because the topics are unique and I know how to present and people are enjoying, they are watching it, they are sharing it, they are forwarding it. That's what's happening. Thank you for listening to me. And any questions or comments now? My dear friends, I'm going to stop the recording. It's going to be 9 o'clock. You don't have to go away. We'll continue the discussion, question answer session for another 20 or 30 minutes. So thank you for participating. And I'm going to stop the recording.